True to New York sports, what is going on? We are live here with Sports Talk with
What's
Boogie
going
and
on?
Blue. Boogie, what's going on, brother?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Listen, another week. To be honest, not a lot of New York stuff to really talk about too much, but we do have a lot of things that we should be discussing as far as New York stuff goes. We have pitchers and catchers reporting very soon. We have the Knicks who have been winning with Mr. Derrick Rose that some of our fans don't agree with. That
Mhm.
even though we got him for free. And also, by the way, Alfred Payton's been quietly killing it. But besides that, we also have to talk about Sam Darnold's future with the Jets, and we want to also talk about Daniel Jones' future with the Giants. So, and also NBA basketball. So we have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, and let's get right into it. Boogie, what are we talking about first today, man?
Well, we might as well just get baseball out the way since it's coming up in 2 days. Pitches and catches.
Right?
We got uncertainty on both the Mets and Yankees starting rotation. The top of the rotation seems pretty solidified, but now when we talk about the 4 and 5 spot on both ends, it's looking a little shaky. I mean, we can start off with the Yankees here. I mean, what I
Yeah.
see. I mean, you give me your opinion. You give me your opinion, because right now I see Garrett Cole, Corey Kluber, Jamison Taylor, Jordan Montgomery, and then now who's going to be your fifth starter? I mean, does Domingo Herman, who hasn't pitched in a year and a half, does he be the fifth starter? Is DV Garcia,
Thanks, Uncle
Michael
Ben. Appreciate
King,
it.
Michael
Right.
King? Let me know. Let me know. Give me
So,
the update on this rotation here, because
so I definitely will. So here's the thing with the Yankees. The Yankees are in trouble right now, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. I know that Yankees are, for the most part, they're always usually favored to win the division. You don't have a very strong Boston Red Sox team. You don't have a very strong Baltimore Orioles team. You have a strong Tampa Bay Rays and now Toronto Blue Jays. With all their signings, the Yankees need pitching. That is what is going, and they got to stop getting hurt. Right.
right.
So right now, Sanchez is finally cleared to play. Judge got a strain last week. It looks not great right now. When even though we have arguably one of the best
What's up,
pitchers in
Cash?
baseball, what's up, Cash? What's up, Chris? Even though we have one of the best, arguably, but one of the best pitchers in baseball in Garrett Cole and former Cy Young Corey Kluber, it's going to be really tough to find out. Honestly, even though Talon is number three, who our 4 and 5 are going to be right now. Because listen, Yermaine hasn't been pitching in over a year, right? Yermaine had the whole domestic violent dispute. He beat up his girlfriend and a thing. Ugh, it's one of those things where it's like, what do we do
Yeah,
with him?
but you know what? He served his time. Now it's the matter of fact of, is he still sharp? Like, is he good enough to even pitch in a
That
major
and
league level?
that's where
And
I'm
that's
getting
what we got to see. You know
right,
what I'm
and,
saying?
and that's
'Cause
and that's what I'm
I mean, he
talking
was
about.
phenomenal before all that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, I mean,
So
he won 20 games with the Yankees. He
that's what I'm
won 20
saying.
games.
So
But my thing with the Yankees right now is that I think you put your main honestly as your number 4 right now because listen, people want Severino back. Severino is not coming back
so
for.
you don't trust Montgomery?
I don't listen. It's not that I don't trust Montgomery. Montgomery has been a Yankee for the last 3 or 4 years now, and his ERA has been under over 4.3 every single year. Every single year has been over 4, over way over 4. But the only upside to Montgomery is that he's our only lefty in the bullpen. He's our only lefty technically as
That's
a starter right now.
that's why I'm trying to say, like, are you gonna put him to the bullpen when he's the only lefty you got?
I know but that's what I'm worried about. But listen, we had the same problem last year too. When Paxton got hurt, our
So
only
Wayne,
our only starter. What's up, Wayne? Our only starter was freaking J.A. Happ, and J.A. Happ was a nightmare in the playoffs.
terrible.
So if I'm the Yankees right now, my 5 starters are Cole, Kluber, Talon, Montgomery, and Yermaine. And only
Yeah,
because I don't know this King kid well enough yet to say, you know what, let's throw him in the rotation.
I guess that's what we're gonna find out.
That's what we're going to find out. But the Yankees need to sign somebody else. In my honest opinion, they need to sign somebody else because they are not beating this Toronto Blue Jays team. And honestly, even though the Rays
What's
lost
up,
Blake
SB?
Snell, even though the Rays lost Blake Snell, they
Yeah,
always find ways to get these pitchers to be all-star caliber pitchers.
right,
Always.
right.
So look at Tyler Glass now. No one knew he existed 3 years ago, and now he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. It was the same thing with Blake Snell 5 years ago. No one knew who this kid was. Then he won the AL Cy Young. So it's crazy. And yeah, the Yankees should sign Carmelo. Maybe he might be
But
better at
this is my thing. There's still a lot of guys that you can kick the tires with out there. Like, how come they haven't tried that unless they actually have faith in these guys that were the names that they're dangling around this on the rotation.
They might have faith in them, but listen. Brian Cashman proves me wrong again and again when I think that he's not going to sign somebody or he makes us wait on people, and then he gets good deals out of them.
I mean, you saw what he did with
with LeMahieu alone.
Yeah,
LeMahieu alone. So it's one of those things where it's just like I trust Cashman. I'm excited to see what's gonna be brought into the season as far as the bullpen goes, and we're gonna go from there. But
all right, I think you guys have a better shot with the end of the rotation than my Mets do. Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
I like your rotation a lot more.
I like the top of my rotation, but until Syndergaard gets back, I'm a little shaky with that fifth starter, to be honest with you, because right now I see DeGrom, Carrasco, Stroman, and Peterson. For some reason, Peterson, nobody talks about Peterson, but he had an amazing season. Yeah, I do. He had a good season last year. So why is it like there's a debate that he's going to be in the start lineup? I don't see no Cy Youngs that we got signed, so I don't understand why he's not in consideration. But I consider him probably the fourth starter. And now, as far as the fifth starter is concerned, like now that
Lugo's hurt, right? Lugo's hurt.
You know what I'm saying? He's out. He's going to be missing the first month of the season at least. You know what I'm saying? And Syndergaard is not arriving back until end of June, beginning of July sometime. So like they got like guys they were throwing around here, but like I'm kind of clueless to who they're gonna have. I mean, is Jake Arrieta still out there? Cause I remember
Jake Arrieta is still out there.
Yeah, they was talking about some guys out there, but the guys that they have, Joey Lucchesi and Jordan Yamamoto, like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a reach to me. But
here's the thing: the only reason why I know who Joey Lucchesi is because I used to pick him up on DraftKings because he was a short. He was a small option, money option wise, and he used to get like 6 or 7 strikeouts a game. So I know who he is. He's not a bad lefty. He's not, and. The only thing is that he was also on a very offensive Padres team last year and the year before that, and didn't really do much with them as far as wins go. So my thing is that if you put this type of pitcher with a team that doesn't hit, in my opinion, I think the Padres have a better offense than the Mets. It might not look good stat-wise for him because
Padres is going to be a good team this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and listen, you know what, Chris? Chris says that Jake Arrieta is done. I don't think he's done. And
didn't he have like a UCL injury, 2019 or something like that?
He had a bad injury. Yeah. But listen, it doesn't mean that he can't come back from it. And anyone who's ever won the Cy Young, it's hard to write them off, especially when they're still trying to get to that point. You know, like he's a former Cy Young Award winner. He's not a bad option to have, especially if he's your 4th or 5th guy.
Yeah.
Like if he's your 1 or 2, that's a problem. But if he's your 4 or 5, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So what options is out there? What's that dude? Orodizzi? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Orodizzi. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Is he still out there too, right?
He's still out there too.
Maybe you could pick up. I think he's like 30 years old. So I mean, I think he's worth the shot. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that capacity is cheap. You know, if he doesn't work out.
That's why the Yankees got to hop on somebody too, because honestly, having Montgomery as my 4 or 5, or even you having your 4 or 5 is not going to cut a World Series type of thing. But here's the thing: in the playoffs, all you got to do is get to the playoffs, right? Because what happens in the playoffs? They start doing 3 or 4 man rotations.
Right. They don't worry about it.
Right, then you don't got to worry about it. But the problem is getting there.
That grind through the division is going to be tough, especially NL East. NL East is going to be tough, man.
NL East is going to be tough. And listen, even Chris, the NL West is probably the most competitive right now. The NL West, with between the Padres and the Dodgers alone, that's going to be a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. And as far as the Yankees have in the minors, there's honestly, Chris, there's really nobody. There's nobody good.
Guys have that young, they need some time under the belt. The guys.
There's that one kid that they brought up last year. I forgot his name. He was number 80 something. Oh, Garcia. Garcia they brought up last year.
But that's what I'm saying, DV Garcia. He's one of the guys that
Right. He started a couple of games for us last year, but he wasn't great. But he's also got to get some experience. He's like our number 1 prospect right now.
I say you give him a shot.
You could.
Because,
You
like I
could.
said, it's the same thing with Syndergaard. It's the same thing with Herman. You know, like they both haven't pitched in a while. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, I have an affinity to Syndergaard, but Herman did well for you guys as well. So it's basically a gamble. Like, how long is it going to take for them to get in shape? Because if you're in the middle of a playoff run, you definitely can't afford them to explode on a mound. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, you
No,
need them
correct.
to give you decent innings at least, because you know they're going to be on minute. I mean, minute. They're going to be in innings restrictions. You know,
No, of course. Right.
they're
Of
not
course.
gonna have them pitch a whole bunch of innings. So that means that's extra stress to the bullpen. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No,
On both
I know.
teams. On both
Right.
teams. So, like I said, that lineup, the starter, the hitting has to be there to cover up the
Yeah.
weaknesses at the end of the rotation, unless both teams pick somebody up.
Right. And Steve, like we said, Sezzy, that your main is probably, in my opinion, I think he's going to be our number 4 starter, and we do have Clark Schmidt too. That is correct. And Severino is not coming back until late July, so we can't even think about Severino right now because for all we know, listen,
Yeah, you're right.
Severino.
He didn't pitch and win the ball. That is kind of strange. Is he?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still kind of hurt.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
listen,
wonder.
it sounds like he's also got a lot to worry about outside of baseball too. For all we know, his
Yeah.
agent said stay away from everything right now and just
Yeah.
warm up, practice, get in shape.
Yeah.
We don't know the whole story behind that, but
Yeah,
but in my opinion, Yankees right now they're in trouble. They're in trouble with between injuries and not having a good 4 or 5 man rotation. It's going to be tough. It's
Yeah.
going to be tough. I think the Mets are in way better shape than the Yankees right now. Way better
We'll
shape.
see. We'll see. It's still
We'll
early.
see.
That's why we got pitches and catches. But
Very true.
moving on.
Moving on. We talking football, aren't we,
Yo,
Boogie?
what's up with the men in green?
Oi. All right, Boogie. So I'll let you start this off because Boogie and I both have different opinions on this, whether or not Darnold should stay or should be traded. So Boogie, what is your opinion on Sam Darnold staying with the New York Jets?
Listen, I want to get this clear with Jet fans, especially because I know Jet fans are very, apologetic for their team. But the way the organization is set up, talent, like they have talent, they had talent everywhere, and they keep trading them, right? But at the end of the day, Sam Darnold keeps on making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. Now, this was a weird stat that I was laughing at with Lou. I'm going to share it with you guys. Hold on, let me bring it up to
This
the
is
screen.
actually a pretty.
This is a
Excuse my
weird.
language. This is actually a pretty fucked up stat.
This
if
is
you-
a
if
weird
you
stat
think
here.
about it. So
Here, guys, look at this. He was 28th in yards. He was 32nd in touchdowns, tied for 24th in interceptions, and had a QBR rating of 40.1, 33rd in the league. That's right. You know, there's 32 teams in the NFL, and he was 33rd in the league. So that means that a backup had a better QBR than this guy. So
right.
with that being said, who was it again?
It
Lou?
was
Nick Foles?
it was
Foles?
Nick Foles had the 32nd, but
Bro,
he was also hurt.
Like this guy, and like I said, I'm not 100% numbers guy, but I've watched the games. You know, like the mistakes that this guy is throwing across field on a hind leg. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even have pressure like that. Like he's making rookie mistakes, and this is too many years in the NFL now to try to start over, so to speak, for the Jets, because the Jets got to start over. So if you're going to start over, you got to start over with some type of upside and talent for as a quarterback. And Sam Darnold hasn't shown that. So if they have an opportunity to make a trade for one of these big name quarterbacks, or somehow pick one of these high draft quarterbacks that's out there, I say go for it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? They can't play any worse than they're playing right now with this guy. You know, I don't see no upside with him. You know,
So-
I just don't see it.
Okay, so Boogie says to get rid of Darnold. I'm telling you right now that I think at this point you need to keep Sam Darnold, and here's my reasoning for this.
Look, it's even still. He's a true Jet fan, and he's even saying bye.
No, but okay, but Steele doesn't know what he's talking about. So here's the thing.
Yes, he does.
Sam, him and I always fight about the Jets. So Sam Darnold, I think you have to give him one more chance, and here's my reasoning why.
He's going to give him.
Just listen. He has a new head coach. There is a new system now. You're not getting Trevor Lawrence, okay? You're not getting Trevor Lawrence. You're getting the number 2 pick in the league, okay? If you don't get rid of Sam and you keep Sam Darnold, that means that you have the number 2 pick. You for the last couple of weeks, for the last couple of months, have been talking about how Sam Darnold doesn't have any weapons. Well, you know what? Perfect. You can now draft the Heisman Trophy winner of Devontae Smith, and he can come to the New York Jets organization and give Sam Darnold that chance to actually be a better quarterback. And you know
But you
what?
won't get the ball to him.
But here's the thing though. You have to give him that opportunity because regardless of it, if you get Devontae Smith,
Thank you, Cash.
no, if you get,
Fields got better upside than this dude, man.
I don't think so. I think Sam Darnold. I don't think Sam Darnold's as bad as you guys think.
When Biggs is agreeing with you, you know it's bad, bro.
Right? No, but Biggs doesn't know anything about football either.
And he's agreeing with you, so that should tell you something.
No, he said Sam is decent. I said Sam is good. Sam is good. I've always liked Sam Darnold. I've always liked him. But if you give him Devontae Smith and Sims, and you also give him, who's the other guy that's on the Jets right now that had a good year? If Crowder stays with them, and then Crowder stays with them,
Crowder is out of here. Ain't nobody.
He had a decent year though. He had a good year.
Yeah, this year now he want to actually win some games. So he's
no. I don't think this is a quarterback issue, guys. This was a head coach issue. It was the same thing.
He needs somewhere fresh. He needs a new system. He needs a new organization.
But you have a new system. It's a new head coach.
When I say a new system, I mean out of the green and white.
No. Because no. If you were getting Trevor Lawrence, I would say yes, but you're not. I think you get one of the best.
Trevor Lawrence is the only talent that's better than Sam Darnold
in this draft at their pick. Yes.
Oh, there's tons of talent.
You do not draft Justin Fields at number 2, though. You don't draft Justin Fields at number 2. There hasn't been a wide receiver Heisman Trophy winner in years. You draft Devontae Smith. You have to. And that gives Sam Darnold a chance to actually say, here's his new system. Here's a brand new wide receiver. Let's try it out. And then if it doesn't work, then you get rid of him. At this point, if it was Trevor Lawrence or Bounce, in my opinion. That's just how I see it.
I just don't see no upside. That's the problem. Like it's one thing if I say, all right, you know what? It's really the team that's holding this kid down. He clearly has the talent. But there was times where you could clearly see it's him. He's the problem. There was time he had enough time to throw the football. He's overthrowing. He's underthrowing. He's throwing across the field. Like this is stuff that you can't blame the Jet organization about. I don't care if you put Jerry Rice out there, he's not going to catch the football if Sam Darnold's not throwing him the football.
I understand that.
I'm saying, like, let me see some improvement. He's been in the NFL long enough for me to see enough improvement of seeing some type of upside. And if the Jets has an opportunity to get somebody with more talent than Sam Darnold, you're going to tell me you said, no, let's just build around him still at this point?
No. I said that if you don't trade him, you have to keep him and try to make it work with him. Because unless you're getting somebody like Deshaun Watson, it is really tough to get rid of your second pick. It is really tough because, face it, if you're going to get rid of Sam Darnold for a better quarterback, you're going to have to give up that second pick. It's going to have to. And I do go hard to defend guys because I think Sam Darnold is talented. And I'm not even a Jets fan.
But you got actual Jets fans that's telling you who watch every single second of a grueling Jet game. And I am telling you, Sam Darnold is out of here.
I am telling you that you need to be out of here. With this new system and new new head coach, you have to give him a chance. Listen, last year everybody and their mother wanted to get rid of Daniel Jones. Everyone wanted to get rid of Daniel Jones. And now that Joe Judge is here and he's working well with Daniel Jones, now Giant fans all of a sudden want to keep Daniel Jones around.
Well, since you're going to bring up my guy, I'm going to bring him up now. Daniel Jones. Yes, Daniel Jones does deserve another chance. Why, in my opinion? Because he has shown improvement when he had the time. Did you see the difference of the beginning part of the season of the Giants when he had absolutely no time? He had Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley looked like he was the worst running back in the league. That's what a bad offensive line will do for you. But in the Giants' defense, they had some youth sprinkled in there. But then when Judge decided that O-line was just too bad, what did he do? He fired the offensive line coach. He started putting in all the young guys that he felt was going to make a difference. And what happened? Eventually, they great. And they changed. So even Daniel Jones, he didn't do the same stupid mistakes that he did. The only gripe I have about Daniel Jones is them fumbles that he has. He still has to get a little bit of pocket awareness, and that, right? I mean, if that's his only problem, because he had more problems prior to this past year, he had more problems. So now he cut down some of his problems. So this is what I was saying about Sam Darnold. He needs to show some type of progression, numbers wise. Again, you're not going to see the actual progression that Daniel Jones made. But now give this guy some playmakers. Get Ingram, who drops half his passes, out of here. You know what I'm saying? How he made a Pro Bowl, I don't know. But he dropped half of the passes that Daniel Jones threw to him. Then you got Slayton, who's a deep threat, right? And he couldn't even have, because, you know, like when you have a deep threat, he's probably like the second or third read. So a lot of times he doesn't have the time to get it to Slayton. So then what happened? They had to mix it up. Get Slayton to do some cuts in the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? They had to mix it up and do stuff like that. Shepard was our possession guy, so he's solid. You know. So and then we had has been running backs. Has been running backs as our running back. So at the end of the day, the Giants have to focus on giving this guy some weapons who actually can catch a football. And then this is the year we decide whether he's the same boat as Sam Darnold, or if he could be our franchise quarterback, in my opinion.
Correct. Yeah. No, listen. First off, Cash, Sam Darnold is not better than Daniel Jones, and I'm going to tell you why in a second on that. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with you during this whole time. But Daniel Jones, if you had Daniel Jones, I told this to Boogie earlier, Daniel Jones, second half Daniel Jones with a healthy Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Evan Ingram, if he comes back up to potential like he was last year, is a very dangerous quarterback, running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end. You're not going to get – you could probably improve in the wide receiver spot, but if they're all healthy, that is a very dangerous team for Daniel Jones to have on this. And you know what? He did that without Saquon Barkley the second half of the season. He did that while Evan Ingram was dropping every single pass. I think Daniel Jones showed that he does belong in the NFL.
And Cash, just sorry to interrupt, but Cash, just to work on your point, Herbert was an animal last year.
Herbert's in a league of his own.
He had a cannon. You know what I'm saying? Like Daniel Jones is more of a. It's hard for me to even compare to anybody because he definitely uses his legs. He's not a running quarterback per se, but he knows he uses that as his scapegoat. You know, like when he's getting rushed, he uses that as a scapegoat. So game manager, I think he's a little better than just a game manager because he can make some throws and he can use his legs. So I think he's better than a game manager. I'm not comparing him to Herbert by no.
No.
That kid is amazing.
You know listen, Daniel Jones is not Justin Herbert at all, but I can tell you right now, even though Daniel Jones doesn't have the best arm, he's a very accurate quarterback when he gets there. When he's protected, right. When he's protected, Daniel Jones can throw the football, and you don't need necessarily to throw 70-yard bombs like Justin Herbert does in order to win football games. He proved that last year alone. Justin Herbert had a worse record than Daniel Jones's Giants, and Daniel and he connected over 5 times of over 60 yards thrown. So Justin Herbert is a better throwing quarterback, but as far as his legs go and running the football, that's Daniel Jones is way better than Justin Herbert and Sam Darnold, in my opinion. Yeah. I just don't think you need to get rid of Sam Darnold, like I said, because of his new system. I think Daniel Jones with this system is a good system as long as he's holding on to the football when his O-line can't protect him, because it's going to happen, right? And we saw that last year, but when Daniel Jones didn't turn the ball over, they won. They won the football. This
is the year. This is the year to determine whether he's going to be our guy.
I agree, and that I agree with too, because he had a funky year the year before his first year with when Eli Manning retired. He had a bad year, right? Then he started the same shit again last year in the beginning of the year, and then he worked his way to being almost literally taking us to the division last year. And now this is his year where he can finally learn how to hold on to the football officially. And with Slayton and Shepard, I think, and honestly, not a very great NFC East. I think the Giants can do fairly well in that division. And I'm not even saying that being biased. I'm just saying that as a football team, because their defense single-handedly kept them in games last year. And when Daniel Jones wasn't turning the ball over, they were in every single game. They lost 5 games last year by 4 points or less. So we have to remember that, and I think Daniel Jones this is his do or die year as well too. But I think he's a good fit. I think he's honestly a good fit with this Giant system. He's not an all-star quarterback, no. Pro Bowl quarterback, no. And the stats aren't going to ever show that for him because that's not his game. That's
Right.
not his game.
Right.
That's just how I see it.
All right, moving along. How about let's
The
talk
Mets.
about
Oh,
let's
you want to talk about the Knicks?
Let's talk about my Knicks, man. Let's talk about my Knicks. I'm very excited about my Knicks. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody can call my Knicks garbage. They can say they suck. They can say they're not making the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. But as a Knicks fan right now, I'm very happy.
I'm very happy.
They're playing way better than I thought that they was going to be playing. I'm very happy.
You're only 5 games away from what you said that they were going to win the year.
I was wrong, and I'm happily wrong.
Right. You're only 5 games away. You said 18 games. 18 games they were going to win.
I'm happily wrong, man.
And they're now 13
made a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Since they've gotten Chris, fuck you with Peyton sucks. So let's talk about this real quick. So the Knicks
I agree, Chris.
have had a winning record since Derrick Rose has joined the team.
Who's that?
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, right? The same guy that some people did. I'm not saying
what is wrong with you guys? I have never said anything.
I'm not saying you. There's people in the group who did not like the Derrick Rose trade, even though we got him for free.
Yeah, I mean, we got rid of Dennis Smith Jr.
Now, my problem with you was you feel that Peyton should be our starting point guard, but right now you can see in my background. That second unit that they got right now is cooking.
They look great.
They cooking right now. But you know why they cooking? Because Peyton is the starting point guard, and they're not cooking. As good as Julius Randle is hooping, Julius Randle is dishing the ball better than him. I mean, Peyton is definitely being solid. He's playing solid lately.
Wait. Hold on. Can everyone hear that one more time?
I solid, but he's not good. That's what this is what I'm trying to explain to you. He's not good.
Please say this one more time. Alfred
Payton's been solid, but he's not good.
Oh, I just love hearing you say that he's been playing well. I just love hearing you say that he's been playing well.
How many times you got to watch a Knick game to see that the dude misses a high percentage of his layups, right? He can't shoot a jump shot. So when the team start playing zone, what do? They back up off of him. That's a liability. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely a liability. You see the stark difference when the second unit arrives in. They have to honor the 3-point shot because they know quickly can throw it up there. They don't even respect Rose's 3-point shot, but they've been getting hurt because Rose can fool you. He can shoot a 3-pointer and he's really good to pick and roll. Look at Toppin's game. Toppin has been playing amazing.
No, he's been playing really well.
In the lineup. So all the people who thought that Derrick Rose was going to hinder the young guys, just look at these games. I mean, it's a short sample, but look at these games. The dude is helping quickly. He's helping Toppin. Toppin was looking lost before Rose got here.
I agree.
Peyton didn't. You know why Peyton couldn't work with him? Because nobody's respecting Peyton's jump shot. So if you don't respect the point guard, and this is not a thing, I'm just telling you the fact. If you don't respect the point guard's jump shot, then you're not going to play on it. So now he can't throw the lob to him because they're playing off of him. So now they got to respect quickly jump shot. They got to respect Derrick Rose. So now now he can go and he can go zip in the back, of the lane and catch a lob, catch a dunk, catch an offensive rebound, put it back up. You know what I'm saying? Like those opportunities have opened up for him. So now with that being said, now they want to talk about bringing Bradley Beal here.
Right, which is I don't think is the right move.
I think that would see. This is the thing. Bradley Beal's an amazing scorer. Amazing scorer. Do we need amazing scorer? Yeah, we do, but not at the expense of 3 first-round draft picks, Barrett and Robinson. You're crazy. No. This is worse than what you Knicks fans was complaining about the Melo deal. This is worse than that.
I agree.
What I'm saying? Like that would be the worst trade in Knicks history if they did that.
No, listen.
No, don't do it.
Even though Bradley Beal is one of the top scorers in the league, all you're doing is getting rid of R.J. Barrett, who, in my opinion, is the best Knick that we have right now. Right? You get rid of R.J. Barrett. You get it, even though Mitchell Robinson just got hurt. You get rid of him too, plus 3 future
That's
picks
facts,
for
guys.
Bradley Beal. And on top of that, when Bradley Beal's contract ends, he's not guaranteed to sign with us. I don't think it's the right move. And I don't think getting rid of RJ Barrett and Mitch Robinson right now for Bradley Beal is going to make our team better. I think it's going to make our team worse.
That's right. When they buy into the system, you're right.
Right. And listen, having Bradley Beal and Randall on the floor sounds awesome. But I think
Yeah, but then that'll be it.
that'd be it. That's exactly it.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, nah,
Right.
that's too much. You gutting the whole youth right there. Like, we're building a nice little foundation with these young dudes, and those first round picks, they can either turn into a player or they could turn into an asset for something better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, Thibodeau is a defensive coach. Bradley Beal plays zero defense.
Right.
So yeah, he'll be helping us offensively, but then he'll be looking like Kyrie Irving on the defense. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need that. That's what we don't need. And you know, Thibodeau will sit you down if you don't play defense.
Correct.
That's why I feel that he's changed the culture tremendously on this team because he makes you accountable defensively. And that I love. That almost is like old school Knicks, you know, being accountable defensively. But this team, they're not great, but they're getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting improved. They're improving. These young guys are improving. Like I said, that addition of Rose, I love that trade, bro. Like they're making good moves. So now if the Knicks end up trading for Bill, I would be very disappointed. I would not be that Knicks fan that's clapping. I'll be the Knicks fan that's putting my face into my palm like they did it again.
They did it again. Yeah, no, listen. A lot of people are saying right now on Facebook that that even Zach LaVine could be a better option for the Knicks. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you there, but the problem is that we have way too many point guard and shooting guards with the Knicks right now too. So if we're going to get anybody, we need somebody that's going to help Randall out because, as Chris said, Randall is tired, bro. That guy is a double-double, almost triple-double machine right now.
Yeah,
he's playing every end.
All-star numbers.
By far all-star.
All-star numbers.
So I honestly think that this is the Knicks need somebody to help out Randall more than anything. And now you might even have to put Randall at center at some times because Mitchell Robinson is hurt. So
well, what I'm trying to say is, as far as that injury is concerned, Mitchell Robinson is 6 weeks he's out. Yeah, that's going to hurt us and everything. But the Knicks were very crafty, and I said this last week. They were very crafty in picking up Taj Gibson.
You got 500.
They were very, very, very crafty picking up Taj Gibson because now you have a backup to the backup. So Nerlens Noel is fragile. So now that something happened to Robinson, now Nerlens Noel is going to probably be our starting center. And then you have Taj Gibson as the backup. And I'm okay with that. Having Taj Gibson as part of that second group, that's okay because he can run up and down the floor with them.
No joke though. Cash Brown's got something. That's actually a good point. I don't know if you heard about that today.
Oh yeah, Blake.
But Blake Griffin wants out of Detroit.
I had this conversation in a group that I'm in. Now let me ask you, Cash, or whoever, and you too, Lou, whoever is backing it up. Isn't Blake Griffin a power forward? Really? He can't play center. So if that's the case, wouldn't he be playing in Randall and Toppin's?
No, but he could play. The reason why he was a power forward when he was playing with the Clippers. You got to remember when he was playing with the Clippers, he was with DeAndre Jordan. Then he got traded to the Pistons, and then he was playing with Andre Drummond.
Right, but Andre Drummond's been gone.
No. I know that. But what I'm saying is that
I don't think he plays a center game.
Power forward, but you could have. Blake Griffin at center for cheap. I wouldn't mind having Blake.
Yeah, but I don't think he plays a center game. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, especially the type of center that the Knicks need.
Yeah,
the Knicks don't need how can I say? They don't need somebody who's a has been highlight reel as far as a dunker. They need somebody that's going to block shots, hold the paint down, and be able to put the basketball back in the rim after offensive rebound. And that's what we're missing in with Mitchell Robinson. Now Blake Griffin, I think he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris and I'm saying, I think he's done. But like I said, he'd be for the cheap. Well, he's not really for the cheap. He's owed a lot of money, like $53 million. So he's not even for the cheap. So no, I don't think he's worth it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not saying Griffin is I'm not saying Griffin is a center. I'm saying
still, he's not a center, bro. Like
he could play.
He gets too much in the way of Randall and Toppin. Like that, we don't need another power forward.
Listen, if Nerlens Noel gets healthy,
Nerlens
Noel gets healthy. I know. I would love for him to play more minutes because he's a great offensive putback guy. He's starting.
He's starting.
I know that, but he's been getting hurt this year too. He's been
Yes.
getting hurt. So it's one of those things where it's like, how much can we rely on Noel in order to play if he's always hurt?
Right. Especially speaking of hurt, did you guys see the injury of Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, let's see the Mitchell Robinson. Boogie's gonna play the clip of how he actually got hurt. I don't know if you guys saw it, but very weird injury to fracture your hand. He bumped it off of Randall, and it looks kind of weird. Boogie, show him the clip when you get a chance.
Yeah, here we go.
If you got it.
You see his hand as he go up to Randall's hand?
It didn't play. It didn't play.
Oh, you don't see it?
No, I don't see it. No.
Hold on. Let me see if I try it again.
I didn't go over there. But yeah, before we get to the video, as he was going up to block a shot, his hand got caught on Julius Randle.
You see it now?
You see it now, yeah, and hit full screen.
Okay, we're gonna hit full screen.
Take it back to the first half. Watch Robinson.
So watch his right hand right there. Right off. You see his fingers got caught up underneath Randle?
Let's watch it again.
Watch it one more time. His right hand right there. His fingers get caught underneath Randall's forearm.
That's such a freaky accident right there.
Right. And he fractured it. It wasn't even like he hyperextended a finger or anything like that. Like he fractured his freaking hand doing that. Like it's bad.
That was crazy freak accident. Like especially for somebody who was trying to prove that he can play without getting injured, and then that happens. Like that's a freak accident.
There's a freak accident, and it's you know what sucks about it too is that he did it on his own teammate. He did it on his own freaking teammate. It wasn't even like
he was having a heck of a game too.
Right, yeah, I know.
The first half,
and to just see Robinson, like we've been saying, he's getting in a lot less foul trouble. He's playing defense. It sucks to see him like progress like how he's been, and now he's not even in this. Now he's out for 6 weeks. It sucks, but then maybe the next guy signs somebody because they are a playoff contender team right now. This East is not good.
Now, like Drew said, bring Andre Drummond here.
Yeah.
Bring Andre Drummond here. Now that would improve us. And they're also sitting him out. They're buying him out as well, or trying to look for a trade. So
the Cavs, right?
Now, obviously, Andre Drummond is probably going to go to the Nets, but if you bring Andre Drummond to the Knicks, that would definitely solidify a playoff spot at least. In my opinion.
Can you imagine that starting five though? It would be R.J. Barrett, right? Andre Drummond, Mitchell Robinson when Mitchell Robinson gets hurt.
No. If Mitchell Robinson and Drummond wouldn't play together, like Robinson would probably come off the bench.
You think so? You think so? You think they would do it that way? It'd be a nice starting five though. That'd be a great starting five.
Starting five should be Quickly.
Stop.
Randall.
Why are you gonna mention
Randall, Barrett, Drummond, and who am I?
Were you gonna say Toppin?
No. Who am I missing? I'm missing some a person. Bullock, Reggie Bullock.
Stop.
Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock finally is getting his feet wet now. Like he's actually hitting jump shots a little bit more consistently now, and he's the defensive guy that we needed too. So I'm actually surprised at Reggie Bullock how good he's playing right now. So
yeah, he's playing okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to toot his horn or nothing like that. I'm just explaining.
Listen, all I know is that 2 weeks ago you were the guy that was saying that Emmanuel Quickly should be a starting point guard for the Knicks.
I still believe he should be starting.
He should not be starting. Stop with Quickly. Stop.
Yeah, the kid is dope. So you're out of your mind.
No.
Oh, we see somebody that wants him to go.
Bullock needs to go. Knox needs to go.
Well, obviously Knox and Ntilikina, them two are out.
Ntilikina's got to go. That's the other one.
Rivers. Rivers. As soon as they got Rose, you knew Rivers wasn't
going to be playing.
Yeah. I think Rivers knew it too.
Yeah. No,
he had them hot games, but he wasn't consistent enough.
No. But he's okay if somebody gets hurt. If he's okay, I would take Austin Rivers if someone gets hurt. So that's all that happens. But let's move on to the other side of New York. Let's go to Brooklyn real quick. So, the Brooklyn Nets, a whole dispute between James Harden saying that Kyrie is the point guard. Kyrie saying that James Harden is the point guard. Also, Hey, look at that. Kevin Durant out again. Not COVID protocol this time. Out with an injury. 2 games. Oh no. Let's just keep this Kevin Durant train of not playing going. To solidify the Nets' playoff chances of not getting a number 1 or 2 seed. But anyways,
it's hard not to feel sorry for these Nets, man. Because
it's bad.
These 3 guys only played 7 games together, and they're 5-2. All right,
correct.
So right now they're averaging 122 points a game together, and they're giving up 114. So basically, they're playing, I'm going to outscore you basketball with the three of them together. Obviously, James Harden is the PG, and they letting Kyrie Irving shoot his brains out. So Kyrie's happy. Durant's happy because now even he's getting his assist numbers up too. But
Correct.
Durant can't seem to stay on the court. You know,
Right. Durant can't seem to
That's
stay
the
on the court. And you know what? James Harden has way more assists right now playing with the Nets than I thought he was going to. He's averaging almost a triple double, but his assists are like 12, 13 assists a game.
Didn't he have like
With Brooklyn.
16 the last game?
He had 16 last game.
Yeah, the thing about what James is doing, it's not even just the assists. It's like he's literally setting them up, and then he's picking the spots to do his own scoring. You know, that's the craziness about this trio, because once one guy is tired or defended, then you got the next guy to step in. So, like, how do you stop those three? Now, my biggest issue with them, like I said, Kyrie Irving, his defense is non-existent.
Horrendous.
I know the NBA is full of no defense as it is, but Kyrie Irving is like he's invisible out there on the defense. So as much as he can score, he's giving it right back on the defensive.
Right back.
So I don't know. They somehow they got to work that out.
Listen, Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, out of the three,
He said Kyrie's finally able to be Kobe.
yeah, exactly. I know, but no. Honestly, if I had to rate the Nets in order right now of the big three, I think your best players right now, it goes James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and only because Kevin Durant can't get on the court. So James Harden is showing, you know what? I'm finally on a team where I feel like I can win a championship. I'm gonna put out these numbers, and I'm gonna do a really good job. And he's been playing phenomenal.
And remember too, he got the stigma of playing bad in the playoffs too, so he's definitely has something else to prove.
That is 100% correct.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So and now he's on a team where he looks really comfortable in Brooklyn.
From day one.
Really,
From
right.
day one.
I thought it was gonna take him a few weeks to get situated. He looks great. He looks great. And yeah, Wayne, should they have not given up Allen? Yeah, probably. But you know what? As a lot of people have said, and I kind of agree with it now. It's when you have the capability of getting one of the best players in basketball
You
to
gotta give
join
up
your
something.
team,
You got
you have to sacrifice it. And you know what? If they win a chip this year, or they have a really good run this year, and then James Harden, when his contract ends the following year, decides to sign with the Nets again, that's good. It's good for the Nets, in my opinion. You know, I don't know is that what you said? Who you think plays worse defense? It's Kyrie or Harden?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're actually watching the net games, James Harden is not playing terrible defense.
Yeah.
He's actually like it's crazy. Like I had this conversation with my cousin.
Thanks, Uncle Ben.
I had this conversation with my cousin. Listen, James Harden, when he was on the Rockets, definitely had the reputation of not playing defense, probably because he exerted all his energy doing offense. On this team, he gets to sit back, run the team, and he steps up on defense. I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender, but he's definitely not Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving is probably one of the worst defenders in the league. Between him and Curry, they got to be some pretty bad defenders right there.
And you know what's crazy too is that when Kyrie was with the Cavs, Kyrie was a pretty good defender. And then when he was playing with LeBron, and then when he went to Boston, it started to slowly dwindle down. And then when he got to Brooklyn, it's just non-existent now.
Yeah.
He looks like James Harden did 2 years ago when there were memes about James Harden not playing defense and letting guys score on him. Like that's how it looks. And now James Harden looks great. He looks great. And you know what? It worked out.
Exactly, Drew.
And honestly, it's great for the Houston Rockets, because the Houston Rockets, since losing James Harden, have been winning basketball games, and the Nets have been winning basketball games since they got James Harden. So it obviously for right now, it's a win-win situation. The only one that seems to be having a little bit of trouble that's out of this deal is honestly the Indiana Pacers. They were, I think, 12-6 before this trade happened, and or 11-5 when this trade happened. And since then, the Indiana Pacers have been slowly dwindling since they got rid of Oladipo.
You gotta remember, they got rid of
Oladipo.
And they didn't get Karis LeVert back.
Right,
You know
right. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Right.
Karis LeVert's on the team, but he's not playing. So
And they don't have
that's a huge-
Oladipo. They don't have
Right.
Oladipo.
But he was part of, you know what I'm saying? He was part of that trade, right? So, like I
Right.
said, like they didn't get nothing in return. Like per se right now. You know what I'm saying? So like that hurts them like bad.
Right. Right. You know what, yo, Richard Steele Phillips, I gotta have you on the show, bro, because I think you would be the most entertaining person to fight with me on because you and I literally do not agree about anything when it comes to sports.
Well,
Nothing.
because we don't say things that's agreeable. Like when you're leading the charge on the page that Alfred Payton is the man, like dog.
Alfred
Like,
Payton is the
like
man.
you said, I got the Knicks game on too, and I already said this. This dude
Alfred
misses
Payton is the man.
layups. This dude misses layups more than anybody I've ever seen.
All I know is that when Alfred Payton was scoring 20-point games 2 weeks ago, nobody said anything. But
I
the
said
other day, no, you said something after the fact. You didn't post anything, nothing. I didn't post anything about it because I knew you guys saw it. But the thing is that Alfred Payton has been scoring 12 to 16 points a game. I'm not saying Alfred Payton's supposed to be the best scorer on the team. He's obviously not, but
You gotta be-
he's a good defensive, a good overall player.
He's a good defensive player.
He's a good overall player.
That's about it.
He's a good overall player.
But back to the Nets. James Harden is playing decent defense, man. Like,
No, he's playing great.
And he's playing decent defense. I think he fits tremendous. Look, I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw the trade, I said, "Man, they're gonna lack a lot of things." But you know what? The dude he's melded his game perfectly with these two guys. Because you always thought there's not enough basketball for the three of them to shoot, but the guy is taking on the point guard role. So I think he just did the best thing for this team. Like I said, they're lacking defense. They missed Dinwiddie. When is Shumpert getting on the court? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? To have some type of defense out there. Like, I don't know. Did anybody know the reports of Shumpert?
No, not yet. No,
I mean, like,
I don't think there's
he
anything.
hasn't played the game. He hasn't played the game yet, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. But also, listen, we also got to see, as well as James Harden is playing, and he is honestly the Nets point guard.
The Knicks are smoking the Hawks right now, by the way.
I know, killing them. My thing is that will James Harden continue to play like this once him and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving play more than 3 games in a row together? Because that's the problem right now is that James Harden is taking over everything because there is really no Kevin Durant.
Right.
So what's going to happen when they start playing games together?
Right,
that's what I'm.
You know what?
I'm
You know what
worried
that
about.
means? That means he's hungry to win. That's why he's growing up still. The dude's hungry to win now.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
why
you know what?
You know what? He painted a bad picture of himself the way he got himself out of Houston. But I mean, he's telling everybody, "Oh, that's not who I am," blah blah blah. But you know what you did. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to get out of there. You did anything that was necessary to get out of there. So now
Right,
you're out of there. You better be a good soldier. Like he
Right.
knew you had to be a good soldier because if you caused dissension in this locker room, you would have been banished as a bad apple.
Right, and you gain 30 pounds, you get traded, and then you lose the 30 pounds in a day, and then you're ready to play.
Yep.
No, but I think they're all going to be fine. Kyrie Irving, kind of like what Cash said, Kyrie Irving can be Kobe now. You can do Kyrie, instead of Kobe,
Yeah.
and then go from there. But he has to play like this. James Harden, he's a great player. He's a great player.
Yeah, it was a good move. It was a good move.
It was a good move. But all right, so do we have the chill tomorrow, Boogie? I think we have the chill tomorrow, right?
Yep. Where you talk about the struggling Rangers.
Struggling Rangers,
You know,
Islanders are killing
Rangers who
it.
just cannot score a goal, but you know.
But we'll have that tomorrow for the chill.
Yep.
So, but we have no other topics we're talking about today, right?
Yep. Oh, I'm glad you brought up Harris still. Now, yes, Harris is like, a bucket on the outside, but he also is to blame on his defense because on them picks he gets lost. That dude don't fight through no picks. So between him and Kyrie in the starting 5 on defense, terrible.
Right. I like Joe Harris though.
No,
I think-
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just
I think
the chemistry on defense.
I think he fits in really well with that Brooklyn Nets team.
Yeah.
I think he fits in well. But all right, guys, we are coming up to a close on our things on our sports talk this week. We do have episode 20 next week, and we will have the chill tomorrow. So please tune in for our hockey fans. And if you don't like hockey, come take a look. Maybe you'll like it. You never know. We all love people hitting each other and scoring, especially though the Rangers aren't doing great right now. But we do got the Buffalo Sabres.
It's not that the Rangers are not doing great. It's just that
They're not scoring.
Their defense is all right, Their defense, all right, they're not giving up a lot of goals. They got the tandem. They got a tandem at the goalies. But the thing is, they're not scoring. And they got all this young talent that they had on the team and just not scoring, bro. That's the problem. Zibanejad, disappointing. So, I'm not, like I said, I don't want to get too involved in it because we have a hockey show, but I'm a Rangers fan and they're frustrating me. So,
very true.
Yes.
But all right, guys. But until next week, episode 20 next week. We're gonna have a surprise next week. Come in, make sure you tune into us. And then until then, I mean, Bookie, anything else you want to say before that we say Alfred Payton has been helping the Knicks win the
Payton stinks. Quickly start eventually, and that's all I gotta say.
All right, that's fair. Let's go. Hopefully, these Giants. I can't wait for the NFL draft too. That should actually be in like a few months. But I can't wait to see who picks who. And when the Jets draft Devontae Smith and he becomes a stud for you guys, and you guys are praising Sam Darnold, I'll be back on this to replay this video for you all. So, anyways, until next week, Boogie Hollis, Lou DiMartino from True to New York Sports Talk. Boogie, always a pleasure.
Sure.
And we will see you guys next week for episode 20. We're 20 episodes in. I'm glad you guys have all been here. Thank you guys very much for attending.
Thank you from the beginning. We've improved a lot. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
we have
more improving to do. So
exactly. And check out our website. If you don't like us on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, make sure you like us and follow us on Twitter and all that good stuff.
And YouTube
and Twitch. Check out Twitch. Lou plays stuff. And we will see you guys next week. Have a good night, guys.